थंबनेल देख के ये लग रहा होगा कि यार ये brag कर रहे हैं, I made so much in MBA and all of those things, but this video is much deeper than a brag. This video needs to drive a point home that you might be an MBA aspirant, a student in a B school or any other college, and you right now already are in a position, my dear friends, to earn, to learn and grow. You need to understand one thing, that while you might be thinking यार कॉलेज स्टूडेंट होके पैसे कमाने की जरूरत क्या है, अब तो प्लेसमेंट्स मिलेंगे, MBA में तो प्लेसमेंट्स होते हैं, ये वो, लेट्स वेट फॉर दैट, लेट्स चिल. द पॉइंट इज माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, लेट्स नॉट शाई अवे फ्रॉम दिस वन वर्ड कॉल्ड money, because you need to understand that all the decisions you are making, even when you are choosing your B schools at this point, are related to money. The reason why you want to get into an IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore or Calcutta is because they pay you the highest salaries out there. The reason why you like FMS so much is because you pay hardly anything in terms of fees and you get very big pay salaries. That's that. The reason why you're probably not considering MBA abroad, even though it would be your dream to study somewhere in the US or Europe, you're not doing it because you know that the ROI isn't great if you want to come back to India. My dear friends, the point is that everything is driven by money, and therefore my objective in this video is to tell you that how to earn money as an MBA student. While this video is specifically for an MBA student, this will help you irrespective whichever college you are in. You can already see 5 things which I've listed down. Some of these things you would know, some of these things would be fascinating for you, and that is what I'm going to share with you in this video. Before that, if you don't know me yet, I am Darpan Saxena, an MBA graduate from IIM Udaipur. I've been the MBA Product Head at Career Launcher. I'm the founder of Creatum, and I help MBA students create fulfilling careers without depending on placements. My story revolves around making money during MBA, and you need to hear this. So when I was in the first year of my IIM Udaipur, and this is important, the reason why I'm starting off with my story is because you need to understand the gravity of this. When I started off my MBA at IIM Udaipur, I was at a place that wherein I was not very confident about myself. I also had a speech problem. I used to stammer a lot, because of which now what happened is that at most B schools I could not even qualify, but I finally got into IIM Udaipur. But now, even at IIM Udaipur, I was very hesitant in speaking in classroom. I used to stammer big time. Abhi lag nahi raha hoga, because that is what my story is, how much I've improved. But the point is, because I got so frustrated that hey, while everybody else is speaking in the classroom, I am studying everything but I'm not speaking well, I started a blog. I started a marketing blog because marketing was my favorite subject. The blog's name was Super Heuristics. Now what happened is that 6 months later, my blog went viral across the IIMs. My blog went viral on the Google search engine as well. So my articles used to rank. Now, something interesting happened. Entrepreneurs around the world, from Dubai, US, UK, Australia, used to find my articles and they used to see that, hey, he's a bright young MBA student from India. And let me tell you, Indian students from these prestigious colleges like IITs and IIMs are very well respected. And from there, I started to get freelancing opportunities to a point wherein I made as much as $5,000. I used to earn in US dollars. In my second year, I made $5,000, which is approximately 4 lakhs. And this was when I had thought that, hey, how will I get placed because I have a speech problem? My dear friends, let me get to this now, because now you realize that this is a very legitimate option, a very real option. My dear friends, 4 lakh, and you can do much more than 4 lakh. 4 lakh is just for me, who was somebody who was very conservative, very shy and all of those things. That's almost 1/4 of your MBA fees. It's not a joke. It can support your lifestyle. It can fund your future. You can help your parents. You can repay your parents. You can do so much with that money, with that seriousness. I don't want you to watch this video with that feeling कि अरे ये तो clickbaity video है, पैसे कैसे कमाएं, वो सब नहीं. Watch it with seriousness. This is a serious topic. Now, let me get to what are the 5 ways in which you can earn money. You can build something good for yourself. Now, the first thing is the very obvious ones. I've sequenced it accordingly because I've started off with the ones which are very familiar to you, जो तुम जानते हो, तो तुम्हें surprise नहीं होगा, shock नहीं होगा, जाते जाते you'll be like, oh my god, can we even do this? Let me see you on the screen. Yes. By the end of this, you will also feel that, oh my god, is this even possible? And I'll give you examples and anecdotes of this. Let me talk about something very basic. Internships. Every college, not just MBA, every college has internships, okay? But MBA internships, you know that they are special. All across LinkedIn, this is about that, oh, you know what? Students of these B schools, they get so much stipend, this and that. Now, first of all, let's understand why this is important. Why an internship is important. See, I need not advocate why an internship is important because MBA में तो 2 साल में होता ही है, मगर just apart from the earnings, it gives you real world exposure. It actually enhances your resume and it provides you a very decent income. How much I will share here, you will be amazed. The kind of numbers and examples I'll be giving you, you will be amazed. Obviously, your summer internship happens at the end of the first year of your MBA. That's a 2-month summer internship. Now, you know this already. You can either get, most likely, that is how it will happen. You can either get your summer internship from the on-campus placements, or there's a real opportunity also off-campus placements, provided that you network from day one and not start spamming HRs and CEOs and VPs in the last 1 or 2 weeks ki sir, here is my resume, please give me a job. No, that never works. तो प्रॉब्लम तब होती है कि जब स्टूडेंट्स लास्ट में जाके जॉब मांगने के लिए मेल्स भेजना और लिंक्डइन पे स्पैम करना शुरू कर देते हैं. इसके एवज में अगर आप शुरुआत से एमबीए के समय से नेटवर्किंग, अ वेरी हार्मलेस नेटवर्किंग एज अ इनोसेंट स्टूडेंट हु वांट्स टू लर्न सम थिंग्स फ्रॉम यू, अगर वैसी वाली नेटवर्किंग स्टार्ट करते, आप समय आने पे उनसे नौकरी भी मांग लेते. ऑफ कैंपस में भाई क्या ऑप्शन है भाई? ऑब्वियसली लिंक्डइन इज अ ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी इफ यू आर बिल्डिंग अ पर्सनल ब्रांड, इफ यू आर नेटवर्किंग, if you're talking to people, and obviously your alumni will definitely help you. The better the B school, the more stronger and more supportive the alumni are, because they themselves are very well placed. The point is, you need to know how much can this make you, and you would be surprised. This would be surprising to you if you are an MBA aspirant. Here is what it is. It can give you anywhere from 50,000 to 2 lakh, and this is also a number which can go much higher, 2 lakh. I am talking about your 2-month stipend combined. गिरी से गिरी हालत में अगर आप एक मिड टीयर बी स्कूल में हो, 2 मंथ्स का मिला के आपको 50,000 तो मिल जाता ही है. यू नो दिस. इफ यू आर गेटिंग टू गुड एंड बेटर बी स्कूल्स, दिस कैन गो as high as 2 lakh for the 2 months, which means 1 lakh a month. I'll give you an example. I'll give you a very small example. I know of a student from one of the old IIMs had an internship abroad outside India in the UAE. The stipend for this student for 2 months combined was 5 lakh. It was 5 lakh rupees, and this was a huge number. If you know how to spend and save and grow and invest and all of those things, this is a brilliant start. तो मैंने वो 5 लाख तो यहाँ पे लिखा ही नहीं, मैंने इसको 2 लाख लिखा जो कि तुम्हें रियलिस्टिक समझ आए, बट इसके ऊपर तो नंबर जाते हैं. The better B schools you go, your 2-month internship stipend can be as much as 3 lakhs because 1.5 a month. That is how it is. Then comes a very second way, a very, very good second way to earn, because this gives you much more than earning. This has very deeper impact on your college, on your MBA experience. What is this? You know this already. Case competition gives you prize money as well. Now, first of all, see, we need to understand this, and you know this already. Case competitions are important. It sharpen your problem solving. It sharpen your business understanding because it's a business case. Real companies like Amazon, HUL, all of these companies are coming to give you a real business problem which they are facing, and they probably want young, fresh minds or third world perspective, or third views on this, that okay, how can we do this? And that is why they solicit certain plans and strategies from you. That is the main objective. But uske jab ye tum kar jate ho, it gives a very big and valuable CV pointer to you that hey, I participated in this competition. If you win it, if you clear some of the rounds, maybe if you clear your round of the campus, that becomes a legitimate CV point. And one thing which you're forgetting is that just beyond the earnings, if you win it, that you earn money surely, but if you win it, you also get a PPO and a PPI, a pre-placement offer and a pre-placement interview directly to that company, and these are the best brands. सीधी सी बात है, जो कंपनी ज्यादा पैसे दे रही है, अभी मैं आता हूं कितने पैसे दे रही है, इतने पैसे दे रही है वो अच्छे ब्रांड्स ही हैं. केस कॉम्पिटिशन यूजुअली आर होस्टेड बाय बेस्ट ऑफ द ब्रांड्स. सम स्टार्टअप्स आल्सो डू इट बिकॉज दे डू इट फ्रॉम द इंटेंशन दैट कि यार चलो विल गेट सम आंसर्स एंड विल गेट ऑल ऑफ दीस थिंग्स, बट द बेस्ट ऑफ द ब्रांड दे डू इट एंड दे रिक्रूट फ्रॉम दिस. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज. नाउ when means इसमें when कुछ नहीं है. At great B schools, case competitions are floated from week 1, and you would be surprised कि क्या week 1? अभी तो हम IIM में घुसे हैं, अभी तो हमें MBA का कुछ पढ़ाया भी नहीं है, हम केस कंपटीशन सॉल्व कैसे करें, क्या हो रहा है? ऐसे ही होता है. Week 1 onwards you get case competitions. That is why MBA is very rapid learning. It is interesting. It is learning by doing. That is that. And मैं ये anecdote एक जगह आगे भी यूज करूंगा कि यार आपको वो they expect you to be able to solve cases from the very first week. If you're an MBA aspirant and if you find this as a great opportunity that yes, that I can earn money through cases but I don't know how to solve, then then I think my pre-MBA program, How to Be School, the link of which you'll find in the description, is the right fit for you because that prepares you for what you can expect in the B school. बहुत लोगों को शायद ये भी मालूम नहीं होगा, डे 1 से केस कॉम्पिटिशन्स, कंपनी केस कॉम्पिटिशन्स फ्लोट करना शुरू कर देते हैं, आपको इंटर्नशिप मिल सकती है डे 1 पे, काम खत्म. You would have known this. My students, they come to the course and they realize that okay, 90% of the things about MBA life we didn't know. How to Be School is a combination of 4 courses. Explore that. The link is in the description. The point being, my dear friends, that this is a very legitimate options, and some places, okay, apart from the fact that case competitions come to the B school, अगर तुम अच्छे एक मिड टीयर या टॉप टीयर बी स्कूल में हो तो कैंपस पे केस कॉम्पिटिशन्स फ्लोट होते हैं. योर प्लेस कॉम विल फ्लोट दैट. बट इफ सपोज यू आर एट अ बी स्कूल वेर इन दोज आर नॉट हैपनिंग, then there are these 2 websites. One is Unstop and the other is Inside IM. These 2 organizations, they float the case competitions on behalf of the organizations. So inki site pe you can find certain things. Now, potential earnings, and you'll be surprised. I went on to do some research on this, and here is what it is. I have given you some of the top case competitions which come only to the top B schools, and look at the kind of prize money that is there. It's 1 lakh, 2.5 lakh, 1 lakh. The amount of money and also the opportunities is intense. Therefore, if you didn't know this, that this happens right in the first week and you can make this happen for yourself, my dear friends, now you know this. If you like this video up till now, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, because you would want to know more about that. Okay, this is interesting. I can think that, okay, I can earn money now because you've listed some 5 options in front of me, and I want to know more about this. Subscribe, because I'll show up more on your feed and I'll keep you on track to get the best outcome from your MBA. That's that. Moving on, let's go to the third way. It's tutoring and mentorship. Now, this is something which is picking up steam these days. अब ये चल रहा है, बहुत चल रहा है. अभी मैं समझाऊंगा क्या हो क्या रहा है यहाँ पे. देखो, ये चीज ये है. First of all, why should you consider to tutor or mentor somebody? Is because very simple thing. So, for example, when I was a second year MBA student at IM Udaipur, I got 2 first year students. I know कौन थे, वो याद है, उनको भी याद होगा. 2 students थे. They used to come to my room once or twice a week, and I used to teach them marketing. Just that. That's all I used to do, and I used to love that. Why do I used to do that? Because I'd already started off a blog on marketing. That is the field which I used to love, and therefore the more I used to teach, the more I used to learn it और ज़्यादा अच्छे से. So the first point is just that it strengthens your core concept. मुझे पता था अगर मुझे placement interviews में जाना है या फिर I have to earn more from my freelancing, then I need to get better with my concepts, with the practical application of the concept. When your students ask you some question, it is great. It strengthens core concept. It builds communication skills. How? Interview is what? Interview is all about you explaining that what this concept is. How about you do it in front of a group of students to whom you are explaining? B schools में तो ये organically भी हो जाता है. Before an exam, if you're good in a subject, students line up around you, circle around you, and like, please ये पढ़ा दे, मैं ये पढ़ा दे, मैं ये पढ़ा दे. अगर तुम एक CA हो तो तुमसे accounting, financial accounting, managerial accounting, दुनिया भर के finance subjects लोग पढ़ने ऐसे ही आ जाएंगे. That's that. Moving on from there. When do you do this? I would suggest start this from the term 3. Now in term 3, why? Because the academic pressure is now suddenly drops. It drops. Term 1 and term 2 are very hectic. Term 3 you would suddenly feel that अरे chill हो गया है तो. And also because summer placements usually हो जाते हैं. अगर तुम अच्छे स्टूडेंट हो, अगर अच्छे B स्कूल में हो, summer placements खत्म हो चुके होंगे यहाँ पे. And also तुम्हें ये लग रहा होगा बट अभी तुम फर्स्ट ईयर स्टूडेंट्स हैं, मेंटरशिप किसको? अरे एस्पिरेंट्स को कर दो मेंटर. कोई अगर एस्पिरेंट रीच आउट करके पूछना चाहता है वो तो ऑर्गेनिकली पूछेंगे ही तुमसे. वैसे भी यू कैन मेक इट प्रॉपर, यू कैन ऑर्गेनाइज इट प्रॉपरली. नाउ हाउ डू यू डू दिस? It's a very simple way. See, you have some ways. One is that you build a personal brand on LinkedIn. You post regularly about the area you are interested in. At times you also say that, hey, if there is somebody who wants to connect with me, you can. Where you can connect on my Topmate link. Even I am available to you. Say suppose if you have any queries which you want to ask me, go down in the description, find a link to my Topmate account and book a call with me if there is anything specific which you would want to know. I'd love to talk to you. That's that. Apart from that, Creatum, my brand, connect with me, and I'll tell you that how Creatum would give you that platform that wherein you can mentor students and earn money with that also. And also you have platforms like Unstop and all. That's that. Potential earnings. Now, initially you should do it for free. Build your expertise. Do not charge something from someone when you know that okay, you are not sure of. Again, I'm not saying कि तुम्हें एक stage आएगी ऐसी that when you will feel very sure. ऐसा शायद कभी भी नहीं होगा. But the idea is get some experience. 5 calls, 10 calls, 15, 20 calls, do it for free. After that, what will happen is that the potential earnings in this is, it could be from anywhere from 5,000 rupees a month to 30,000 rupees a month or even more. Again, all the numbers which I'm sharing with you are very conservative numbers. मैं conservative numbers लेके चल रहा हूँ. मैं उसकी गुंजाइश छोड़ ही नहीं रहा हूँ कि कोई मुझे बोले नीचे आके कि अरे क्या बात कर रहे हो, इतने का 10 लाख कहाँ से कमा लेगा कोई. तुम अगर कैलकुलेशन समझोगे, मैं कहता हूँ यार, if suppose even if you start from say rupees 500 an hour, if you charge much, if you charge only 500 and you do 10 sessions, that's that, you get around 5,000 rupees. If you reach a point wherein you are doing 1,500 per hour, suppose you're doing 20 sessions, you can reach as much as 30,000 rupees. Obviously this will go above 30,000. If you increase the price or if you increase more number of the thing which you do, it will increase. The point is, now you would ask me किसके ऊपर बात करें, क्या करें, किसी के ऊपर भी. People need help. If you think that you're good in anything, it is, it need not just be about how to crack cat. Not just that. Everybody is doing that. Do that if you're great at it. Why not? But it could be subject wise. It could be about your CV, about so many other things which you might be good at. It could be about arts for all you know. It need not even be about MBA. It could be about art. It could be about skating and like soccer and football and cricket. What not? कुछ भी कर सकता. That's that. So suddenly you will realize that yes, I have certain skills I can share about that. Moving on from there, let me talk to you about the last two. Now these are something which are unique, which might stand out to you because this is something which you might not have heard elsewhere, and तुम्हें शायद हजम करने में भी थोड़ा समय होगा कि यार ये भी होता है. It's okay. Sleep over it. Like the video, sleep over it. Come back and we'll talk. Now let's talk about this one. The gigs. What are gigs basically? दो type की gigs हैं. एक you would know, which is called live project. So when you get into your MBA program, a lot of organizations also float small projects known as live projects. You work with that organization for 4 weeks or something, and that is that. And the other way is that you do certain outreach, you build a personal brand, and you do freelancing in certain skills which you are good at. Now, example, I gave you my own example. When I started off my blog, that was doing my personal branding for me. I didn't even know it. Personal branding was not a word in 2018 when I started off with all of these things. But effectively, if you see, I was doing personal branding. I got freelancing and consulting assignments from around the world. That is how I made so much. These are the two things. फर्क है लाइव प्रोजेक्ट में और इसमें फर्क है. लाइव प्रोजेक्ट इज स्मॉलर टिकट जो बी स्कूल में आता है, बी स्कूल के थ्रू है, ऑल ऑफ दैट. फ्रीलांसिंग एंड ग्लोबल कंसल्टिंग, यू आर पोजिशनिंग योरसेल्फ एज एन एक्सपर्ट. इन फ्रीलांसिंग दे आर टेकिंग योर लेबर in some way. In freelancing and consulting, they are most likely taking you for your strategical mind, your expertise or your knowledge in certain areas. That is that. Now why should you even do all of these things? A very important question, my dear friends. It gives you practical experience. The moment you go to a job interview and you talk about that, hey, I did freelancing, I made so much basis my skills. See, again, I'm going to make a big statement. If your skills can earn you some cash, that is the biggest proof that you have that skill. If somebody is paying you for certain skills, that is the biggest proof that you have those skills. As simple as that. And freelancing is the most organic way to prove this. Again, it builds industry connections. You would not believe it, but I've said it in so many other videos of mine. Even when my final placements had not started at IIM Udaipur, I had 3 job offers from outside the campus. Why? Because these were converts mostly from my freelancing work. Because they said that, hey, it's good. How about you'd want to join us? That's that. So that can also happen. So even if you're somebody who's saying, yeah, but मुझे नौकरी चाहिए, ये तो बहुत अच्छा रास्ता and side income तो है ही है. Potential to become main if you really establish yourself as a very good service provider. Effectively, if I talk about this in a MBA perspective, it is more like building a service-based business if you see it from that way. Now, when? Ideally start off in the 3rd term. Again, as I said, term 2 तक तो तुम सोचना भी मत ये सब करने की. मैं in fact I would go out towards and say, please do not do anything like this in term 1 and term 2. You will mess up your MBA. You will mess it up so bad that you have no idea. तुम उसे recoup कर ही नहीं पाओगे. Term 3 is the right time to do this because term 3 is also the time when you need to start upskilling yourself for the 2-month internship. उधर ये सारी creativity, skilling, upskilling, पैसा कमाना skill से करना शुरू. एक golden advice है. ये मैं बता रहा हूँ जरूरी है. MBA खराब कर लोगे तुम. That's that. Moving on from there, how do you do this? See, again, there are online platforms like like Upwork, like Fiverr, and LinkedIn also now is a great platform to to find freelancing. Again, in all of these platforms you have to work hard. Work hard means what? Build your profiles on it, be active on it. That's that. See, जितना गुड़ डालोगे मीठा उतना मिलेगा, सीधी सी बात है. तुम ये कहो अरे बर्थडे फाइवर अपवर्क कहाँ चलता है, अरे भाई यू हैव टू बी एक्टिव. अरे लिंक्डइन से कौन सी गिग्स, अरे यू हैव टू पोस्ट, यू हैव टू बी relevant over there. As simple as that. If that is what you want, as simple as that. That is how it is. Or even there are certain consulting clubs at your B schools. Their job is to bring in live projects. They can help you. Like for example, I get a lot of interns for my organization Creatum through the consulting clubs of some of the best of the B schools. So I inform them that hey, I have an opening, I want an intern, could you help me? They arrange the interviews and they do all of that. By the way, if you want an internship somewhere in the area of video editing, then also approach me. Moving on from there, potential earnings. Now this is where things get interesting. How much can you earn from live projects and gigs? See, first I'll speak about live project because the earning is different. See, live projects usually, पहली बात तो बहुत campuses पे तो ये free projects होते हैं, वो देते भी नहीं पैसे. Free project है, they announce that कि it is a free and students do it because it adds value to the CV. But certain good organizations, they pay anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 rupees. It can go beyond this. Again, all the numbers I'm stating are very conservative numbers. वो तुम्हें per project शायद 20,000 भी दे जाएं, कुछ नहीं पता. अच्छे अच्छे schools में ऐसा भी होता है. अब आते हैं freelancing and consulting में कितने कमा सकते हो भाई. अब यहाँ पे numbers ही अलग हैं. यहाँ पे अब देखो, it depends on how do you sell your service. If you're selling your service per project, that per project could be anywhere from 20,000 per project to 1 lakh plus per project. मैंने plus डाला इसलिए because कोई सीमा नहीं है. Suppose क्या? Suppose if you're a student who's good with technology and coding, and if you take up a project to build an app, or if you take up a project to build an AI agent for them, you can charge upwards of 1 lakh from them. 1 lakh, that is how much organizations around the world, entrepreneurs around the world can pay you, provided how, what skills you have, you can do whatever you want. Or a very interesting way, if you want to get a per month retainer, if you have the ability to sign a retainership contract with them, my dear friends, it could be anywhere as low as 5,000 a month, very low, to even a 1 lakh per month retainer. And yes, I'm talking about during MBA. What? क्या बोल रहे हो आप? 1 लाख महीना सैलरी देगा कोई मुझे MBA में? सैलरी बोल रहे हो? नहीं, मैं सैलरी मैं बोल रहा हूँ रिटेनर एज अ कंसल्टेंट. क्या बोल रहे हो आप? क्या बोले जा रहे हो? कुछ भी बोले जा रहे हो. मतलब वीडियो बनानी है तो बोल रहे हो 1 लाख महीना मुझे सेकंड ईयर MBA में. कोई ऐसा कभी होता है? एक बात बताओ मुझे जरा. I need to understand it from, you need to actually understand it from this perspective. The moment you graduate from a B school, suddenly your expectations become sky high. That, oh, you know what, my B school gave me only a 12 lakh per annum salary and 15 lakh per annum salary. Oh no, that the salary is only 80,000 in hand. Itna kam, oh my god, the B school is bad. You go online, you talk at MBA social and all of these pages that, oh my god, that this B school salary is low. Suddenly what happens? वो convocation होते ही तुमको ये लगता है suddenly your value is 1 lakh a month at least. And before the convocation, while you are a student, just one day prior to that, you are talking, अरे I am a student, अरे ओ सर कौन देगा मुझे 1 लाख? मैंने ऐसा क्या हो जाता है? What is that switch which happens on that day of the placement? कि हाँ, placement के दिन के बाद से अरे मेरी वैल्यू 1 लाख से कम कैसे? Oh my god, this B school is bad. अरे placement नहीं हो रही. उसके पहले you are saying to me that सर 1 लाख कौन देगा? It's a mindset problem. I've done that. It happens, it works. So my dear friends, you need to approach it like this. Now, if you want a video on how to do all of this, sir, this is a great idea. करें कैसे? अब वो करें कैसे मैं इस वीडियो में इंक्लूड नहीं कर सकता, बहुत लंबी हो जाएगी. करें कैसे जानना है? Go down in the comments, let me know if you want a video on that. That's how do we do this? How do we earn money? What are the step-by-step strategy? One step, the first step which I can inform you is simple. Enroll for the course How to B School. It's a pre-MBA program. Even if you're a first year student, that is good for you. Even if you're second year students, take that up. It is of value. It is still of value. You have your second year to maximize your MBA. Do that. Moving on from this, let me go back to the last one. The last one, which is microbusiness. Probably you could start off a microbusiness. अब broadly तुम्हें समझ आ गया है, but ये क्या है थोड़ा समझते हैं. Why is it that you would want to set up a business or a startup during your MBA? See, very clearly, if you're somebody who has the entrepreneurial कीड़ा, कुछ अपना करना है, it builds your entrepreneurial mindset. As simple as that. It builds brand value. मैं कह रहा हूँ तुम कोई product भी बेचो मत. Just start creating content like I did, super heuristics. I started creating the content. It just brands, it just builds value, not just for the brand which you're creating, but for you also, that yes, this guy has tested the waters in entrepreneurship. It builds a long-term revenue stream. It does. It is not a, जब मैं इस पे आऊंगा then you will know कि हाँ ये short term तो नहीं है, ये खेल है लंबा वाला. Secondly, it exposes you to real world skill sets which you need to know for a job. For example, what? Everything across marketing, finance and whatnot. It exposes you to paid media, e-commerce tools, accounting, project management, which comes in operations, quality management, operations, capital management, finance, stakeholder and people management as well. Running a business, my dear friends, is the best use of an MBA. A lot of people around me also, they say, अरे IIM से MBA करा तो ये क्या कर रहा है, ये ऐसे कुछ, तुम्हें तो consultant EY में होना चाहिए था, और मतलब वो, the point is, and you know this, that the best use of your MBA is if you can build a long-term revenue stream business. It is the best. Now, I'm not trying to derail you. If you have been somebody who's working hard for a job, I think that is one of the best ways to earn a secured income. Why not? Something bigger than that can happen with this, with what I am speaking about. Now, let me get down to when. A clear advice: do not do this in your first year. बिल्कुल मत करना, ये second year का खेल है. First year खराब कर लोगे. Third term में भी नहीं करना ये. Third term में start off with service business. Third term में मैंने इसलिए कहा था start off with gigs. Then second year when you've come back from your internship, think about this. That's that. How do we do this? Again, simplest way is to start off with content creation, where either start a YouTube. Everyone is doing it. अब तो हालत ये हो गई है, and you know this. Even MBA aspirants have YouTube channel where they talk about, you know, I took a mock of this company and this was my score. One day in the life of an MBA aspirant, and they're wasting their time in doing all of this. They're literally wasting their time in editing videos. It's sad, but okay, it's good. It's good. Okay, at least they're starting. Instagram, you could do it on Instagram, or you could simply start off a blog. A website, you could go on WordPress, start a blog, create content, build a website of that brand. Also, you can go one step higher. Start selling digital products. You can use Shopify and you could drop ship products. Drop shipping क्या होता है? If you want to know, let me know in the comments. I'll tell you in one short way. Drop ship means that you do not store any inventory of the physical product. Your job, your website's job is only to collect the orders, and these orders go to a warehouse wherein they send the thing. सामने ये लगता है that it has been sold and created by you, but the reality somebody else is doing it, and this is a big business worldwide. This happens everywhere. My dear friends, let's talk about potential earnings, and let's just end this over here, because now I know you're brimming with ideas. If you're feeling the energy कि यार ये तो इतने ideas दे दिए, let me know in the comments. Let me know that yes, this has opened up my mind. Let me know. Now, moving on to this, and let me just share this with you. Potential earnings. I'll be very frank with you. This, when you are thinking about building a micro business, it will give you absolutely zero for 6 months. This 6 months could also be 1 year, because obviously why? तुम एक साल तो तुम स्टूडेंट ही हो सकता है नहीं दे पा रहे टाइम. ये 6 months 2 साल भी हो सकता है कि यार सपोज यू आर सेइंग दैट नहीं यार, आई वांट टू गेट अ जॉब, आई वांट टू आल्सो वर्क हार्ड फॉर दैट. तो जॉब हो गई, अब 1 साल उसका भी हो गया जॉब का, बिल्कुल दैट इज एब्सोल्युटली फाइन. प्लीज डू नॉट गो एज पर दिस, बट 6 months तो मान के चलो कुछ नहीं होगा. यू हैव टू जस्ट feed this thing with your time, with your efforts and all of those things. Next, after that phase of feeding it is over, and when you're suddenly visible in front of world will start with certain products and offerings, then it could anywhere be from as low as 5,000 a month, a very good start, to 30,000 a month. Not bad at all. It could be half of your salary. It could be 1/4 of your salary, 1/3 of your salary. Why not? You could do that. अब again, if you have questions about, but sir, तो मतलब moonlighting हो गया ना? नहीं, moonlighting, we'll talk. If you want a video on that, let's talk about it. I'll make not a video, I'll make a short on that. That's that. And then beyond that, when that initial phase of earning has started, it can go much higher. It can go, my dear friends, to as high as 2 lakh a month, higher than your salary, because then it becomes, why does it happen? You also need to understand, because तब ये खेल बन जाता है इस चीज का, that how much you invest back into it, how much you scale it. The real struggle is to earn your first 1,000 rupees. अगर तुम इंटरनेट से 1,000 रुपए कमा सकते हो तो तुम 1 लाख भी कमा सकते हो. अगर तुम 1 लाख अर्न कर सकते हो, तुम उसे 10 लाख भी अर्न कर सकते हो. 10 लाख अर्न कर सकते हो, 1 करोड़ भी अर्न कर सकते हो. 1 करोड़ अर्न कर सकते हो, 10 करोड़ भी कर सकते हो. So on and so forth. You can. एक बार वो सिस्टम सेट हो गए तुम्हारे, that okay, this is my entire operation, and all you have to do is spend more on ads, spend more on people, spend more on systems. It will work. My dear friends, my objective behind this video, this very long ass video, was one simple thing: to give you a visibility. This, my dear friends, would have been a very comprehensive video, the only video which you needed if you were an MBA student to really think about how to make more from your MBA just beyond the degree and skills and whatnot. If you like the video, great, like it, let me know, subscribe. If you didn't like it, suppose you have to say that, sir, क्या बकवास वीडियो क्यों बनाई, क्या सेंस था इसका, कुछ भी बोल गए आप, लिख देना. Go down in the comments, let me know that it was waste of time. Let me know. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot and goodbye.